As things continue to get weirder and weirder, and as the economy continues to look scarier and scarier, saving money is going to become more and more important. It's always been wonderful to grab a game on sale, but I feel like now it's even a little bit sweeter. So thank goodness Nintendo and all these companies continue to put so many good games on sale. Today we've got 20 plus more games that are really cool, really good, and gonna come to you at a discount. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. I love sharing this stuff with you because I've played these games, I love these games, and now you can get them for a whole lot cheaper. There also are some of those 90% off deals that I love to highlight. We'll get to those in a little bit, but first, Amazon.com really keeps it going with good, consistent deals. They may not be the best ever price point for these games, but it's easy to forget that Amazon is giving you physical versions and cartridges, which I know a lot of you prefer, for a decent discount. So we're going to cover those first. I'll put links to all these games in the description down below if you want to grab them for yourself. Make sure to let me know in the comments down below which of these games you want to grab most and which you'd recommend to a friend. Hit that like button if you like these videos and like knowing when stuff goes on sale. Luigi's Mansion 3 just got DLC a couple weeks ago. It dropped early, adding more to the multiplayer side of things, but that single player campaign is oh so sweet. In fact, it sold more than Mario Maker 2, which I think is bananas, but it's also deserved because this one is delicious, and it's not that big of a sale, but Amazon does have it for 14% off, $51.80. That's not a bad discount, basically $10 off, and you can grab the physical cartridge. Usually our sales are eShop only, and that's all digital, but today I want to bring in a little bit of the physical goodies because I know people like my friend Joshua love the physical side of things. So we'll move to The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, a cutesy but still so crisp single-player title for 49 big ones on Amazon. That's 18% off. You can grab the physical version right now. And in case you missed this last year, amongst all the big fall games, you gotta get it. It still is a very charming adventure with beautiful art, satisfying puzzles, and I just love calling the phone and asking for hints. So if you do get stuck and you're not cool enough to beat the game without a single hint, they got a phone system, and that works for me. Maybe it'll work for you too. Mortal Kombat 11 sees a lot of sales on Switch on the eShop, which is great, but physical is a little bit rarer. So Amazon has the physical version of Mortal Kombat 11 for $26.99. That's 55% off the retail price. And right now, to let you know, MK11 is back to $60 on the eShop. There are currently no discounts for Mortal Kombat 11 on the eShop. And if you've been participating in the DLC or wanting to participate in the DLC, Spawn is right there. And we had Joker. We've got more characters coming in the future. So if this is your cup of tea, you know, a bloody tea, but if it's your cup of tea, it's $26.99. I love this game. I think it's one of the best fighters, if not the best fighter on Switch. Obviously, you got the retro titles, which, you know, hold their own as well and have a place in history. But of the recent fighting games, Mortal Kombat 11 is basically cream of the crop. Metro Redux is a new one. I'm surprised this is on sale. It's $41.88, 16% off, basically saving about $8. And this comprises the first two Metro titles. That's Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light, plus all DLC. We're not getting, or at least we have not yet got, the most recent Metro title, which is probably the best Metro title, but these two are still good, and you'll get to see how the franchise has grown and evolved. They're pretty solid ports on Switch, and like I said, you get all the DLC. If you were hoping to grab these, they just came out a couple weeks ago, and they're already seeing a 16% discount on Amazon. Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus, is often on sale in the eShop, but currently it is not. Full price over there. So Amazon's bringing you a physical version for 50% off, $29.95. You know we love Bethesda's work here at SwitchForce. Doom Eternal is so insane, guys and girls. Doom Eternal is freaking insane. I've been playing it on PS4 Pro. I cannot wait till it comes out on Switch because that game, it's the best FPS in years. I'm going to say it. It's the best FPS in years. Wolfenstein 2 is pretty good as well. So if you want to get on the new Colossus, if BJ Blazkowicz is more your style, grab this one while it's on sale. The LEGO games are another franchise that frequently sees discounts on the eShop, but what about physical? If you want to get these in a box and cartridge format instead, LEGO Jurassic World is $20 from $40. That's 50% savings, and if you like dinosaurs, you like Chris Pratt, you like Blue, maybe you want to get in and build and play with them in cute LEGO fashion. Plus, you got a bunch of other LEGO titles on sale. I'm giving a shout out to Jurassic World because it's one we don't talk about too often, but LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2 is probably the gold standard on Switch for LEGO titles, and that is $20 from $30, a savings of 33%. And we've got LEGO Harry Potter for $20 from $40, another 50% savings. Last but not least, Super Mario Maker 2, which I mentioned earlier as the game that wasn't quite able to beat out Luigi's Mansion 3 in sales. It still is a fantastic time. They have updated the game, bringing in the multiplayer as it was meant to be, bringing in Link and his Master Sword. It's still fantastic. I don't know why this one doesn't get more love. I feel like it kind of fell out of the public eye as of late, but dude, there's so much good content here. The upgrades and updates to the system from Mario Maker 1 are fantastic. Will they ever add a new style of gameplay? I don't know. There's an empty space on the style picker selection. Will they add it? Is it too late for DLC? Is the game not performing as well as they hoped? I don't know, but you can grab it for $49.94. That's 17% savings. It's been on sale recently, but I wanted to highlight it in case you were hoping to grab Mario Maker. Now you got a lot of time at home to build stages, so this could be the perfect fit. That'll do it for the Amazon sales. As I mentioned, you like physical, you like cartridges. I'll put a link to each of those in the description down below if you want to grab them. Not sure how long those sales will last, but usually it's at least a few days. Now on the eShop, we know exactly when these sales are going to run to and from, which is a nice addition, I think, to these videos, so you know how long you have to grab them. Super Crush KO is where we start. Boy, oh boy, this is a game I feel criminal for not talking about more on the channel. It released earlier this year. It's from the people that made Graceful Explosion Machine, one of my favorite indie titles from the launch of Switch, and Super Crush KO is a better game. It's currently $9.99 until March 26th. That's 33% off. It is phenomenal. Vertex Pop knows exactly what they're doing when it comes to combo-based combat, and they take their systems from Graceful Explosion Machine and put them into a 2D action platforming brouhaha battle fest where you're trying to save your cat from an evil alien. I'm telling you, trying to get perfect runs on these levels is a fantastic experience. There's a good amount of gameplay. High score chasing is in full effect, and if you can beat a boss without getting touched, it's ultra satisfying. This is a must-own for Switch. It is one of the best games thus far of 2020. It doesn't get a whole lot of love or a whole lot of mentions, but I'm telling you, if you buy in at $10, you will not regret it. Runner 3 is one of our 90% off games. This one is $1.99 until April 2nd. Now, I don't know that I would recommend Runner 3 all that much at $20. It's a decent time. If you've played past Runner games, you know what to expect. It's an auto runner where you are being Commander Video. It's from the Bit Trip Runner series, which used to be pretty popular. I feel like not many people talk about it these days, but they did release Runner 3 in May of 2018. It is a very lovely looking game and has some very quirky characters. But at $1.99, guys, it's a totally awesome grab. $2, 8 quarters, you're in for Commander Video. The game is difficult, and if you can perfect it, there are a lot of different challenges that will unlock and open up. It requires a lot of skill. Both Super Crush KO and this game, they're going to test your fingers and put them through some Olympic workouts. Paranautical Activity, our next super sale game, 85% off till April the 8th. It's $1.19. $1.19. Now, this one may seem a little generic. It is an old school arena style FPS, but it's roguelite. So you're going to be trying to survive these rooms. It kind of looks like it's got like Minecraft style graphics, procedurally generated levels, over 100 items, 40 enemies, a bunch of bosses, and the shooting's pretty darn good. We played this when it launched on Switch back in 2018, and I enjoyed it. $8, it's pretty recommendable. $1.19, it's a must buy. Knights and Bikes just came out a few weeks ago. We covered it on our 3 Games 10 Minutes series, which, by the way, if you haven't seen any of those episodes, I think they're really fun. We play 3 new eShop games each week for 10 minutes and give like kind of a mini review, instant impressions, and see what you all think. Knights and Bikes was featured, and it's really fantastic. Great art, 2 girls biking around this spooky town trying to solve mysteries. It is only 15% off till April 2nd, $16.99 from $20. But since it just came out, I wanted to highlight a sale where you can get the game for a little bit less than it initially launched at. It's made by Foam Sword Games and published by Double Fine. You can tell it's a Double Fine title. You see the charm. It has like Costume Quest vibes, but not turn-based combat, more explorative, story-based, upgrade your bike base. I like it a lot. Risk of Rain 2 is a fantastic package. Came out for Switch a little bit ago with $30, but now it's 50% off down to $14.99 until April 2nd. This one is a wonderful multiplayer-focused roguelike where you're trying to survive as long as you can. Risk of Rain 1 did things 2D, side-scrolling style. Risk of Rain 2 opens it up into a 3D space. You can play this game solo, my brother does it all the time, or you can team up with friends and play it that way. It's actually published by Gearbox, and it's pretty darn nifty. It does have that online play, and you can fight your way through hordes of enemies, unlocking new loot, new characters, new stages, and much more. I give this one a big thumbs up. It's really awesome and a great on-the-go time for Switch, especially at 50% off. Now, Animal Crossing New Horizons is on everybody's minds, and what makes me think of Animal Crossing? Animals, community tasks, and very cute characters. Yoku's Island Express has all of that as you play a male bug. It's $6.79, down from $20. That's 66% off till March 29th. And you're going to notice a theme here. Any game I mentioned that's published by Team 17, who have established quite the library on Switch, they're all 66% off. But this is a pinball-based Metroidvania. Weird, right? It's actually fantastic, and it does have a lot of charm that you'd come to expect from something like Animal Crossing, with a bunch of critters and creatures as you navigate through these pinball platformer collection mail levels. Sounds very weird, but you got important work to do, and even in times of quarantine, somebody's got to get the job done, and so it's up to this little buggy boy to do it, and you can join his adventure for $6.79. Yooka-Laylee is another title published by Team 17, so it's 66% off, down from $40 all the way to $13.59. This one, again, is on sale till March 29th, and I think Yooka-Laylee isn't as bad as maybe the rap it gets. Impossible Lair is a really cool game, very reminiscent of DKC Tropical Freeze. This is the original Yooka-Laylee adventure that's much more like Banjo-Kazooie. And when it first launched, it struggled with feeling like they tried to take Banjo-Kazooie and just mush it into 2020. Instead of making a 2020 Banjo-Kazooie, they made a game from the Banjo-Kazooie era and released it in modern times. Now, obviously, it didn't come out in 2020, but today you'd be playing it in 2020. It released in 2017 on Switch, but they have since updated the game and made things better. So if you're looking for a Banjo-Kazooie, Mario 64-ish, collectathon, N64 era type game with transformations, cute characters, annoying dialogue, and a whole lot of googly fun, I think it's a worthwhile grab, especially at this price point. I would not tell you to get it at $40, but I would recommend it at $13.59. Now, this is an interesting recommendation because we have a game right now that is all about managing a village and building out your farm/island. My Time at Portia, though, is a little bit more of a serious take, and it does include combat. So you will be exploring and battling much more than you are in Animal Crossing. That's all about friends and hugs. This one does include some combat. It's 50% off from $30 down to $15. Now, this one is very, very good. It looks pretty nice, and it runs pretty well on Switch. So if you're not about Animal Crossing, or you've played so much Animal Crossing and you need something else to do while you wait for deliveries to come tomorrow, My Time at Portia may be for you. Shakdown Hawaii. Man, how the times have changed for this game. I remember when this was so freaking anticipated. It's only 25% off till April 2nd. $14.99 from $20, but at that price point, maybe give it a go. This game took forever to come out, but it is basically like a 16-bit GTA-style game where you're working to shake down Hawaii. It's actually pretty good. I don't think it was received as well as maybe everyone hoped, especially because it took forever to come out. But at $15, if you missed out on it the first time and you like things like Retro City Rampage, you want to give it a go, I cannot see the harm in picking this up for $15. It's only 139 megabytes too, so it's not going to chunk any of your memory card space. You might want to grab it. Valfaris is a game sort of like Forgotten Am that I'm going to recommend through the grapevine. This is a Metroidvania with insane heavy metal. $15 from $24.99. That puts it at 40% off till April the 1st, and it's got crazy weaponry, pretty awesome art, and Metroidvania elements. I've heard so many good things about it. I think I'm going to grab it this sale. I think this is one that I'm going to dive into because normally I have all these games, but this one, I've been waiting for a sale. I got a lot of really good reviews. People recommend it highly. I've heard about it on podcasts. I was going to say my good friend, but he's not my friend. I don't even know him, but I admire Patrick Klepek's work, and he really liked this game. People on Rebel FM like this game. So people I trust in the gaming space enjoyed it. I'm going to give you the recommendation. I think it's a nice one. I understand if you're burnt out on 2D Metroidvanias, makes sense, but this one does really add a lot of intensity and heavy metal to the equation, so maybe there'll be enough to put you back into the genre. Worms is supposed to get a new one this year. I haven't liked the past Worms, but Worms W.MD isn't a bad one. It's 10.19 down from 30. That's 66% off till March 29th. And if you want to get some Worms action on your switcheroo, you can. This one does have online play, and it has single Joy-Con play, and it has local wireless multiplayer, and it has local multiplayer, so you can get all sorts of multiplayer action for your Worms. If you don't know Worms, this is a franchise that originated when I was a kid, and you're basically utilizing these Worms to try and defeat your opponent's Worms on these very quirky battlefields using a crazy arsenal of weapons, one turn at a time. But you can move the Worms, sometimes to an advantage, sometimes you'll just drop in the water into the drink to a disadvantage. A lot of charming voice options, a lot of charming one-liners, and a lot of charming Worms. I hope the new Worms really is able to innovate on the franchise and make it awesome in 2020. But if you do like, I guess I'd call this like middle-aged Worms, because the early Worms are my favorite. The latest Worms are not my favorite. W.MD is pretty sweet, so get it if you want it. It has different art than what I remember, but still looks pretty cute. All right, 2 games left. The Bleed Complete bundle is on sale for 85% off, down to $4.19 from $27.99. And I'll make a quick note here. Bleed 2 is also on sale, but Bleed 2 by itself is more expensive than the Bleed Complete bundle. So you want to grab any, grab both for $4. These are side-scrolling shooters with time-slow mechanics, dodges, and a lot of pink hair. You can play by yourself, or you can play in 2-player local co-op. You'll get both games for way less than the price of one here for $4.19. A lot of boss battles, a lot of bullets, a lot of crazy, fast-paced action. It's not my favorite game, but I think it deserves a recommendation, especially at the price point. Now, Just Shapes and Beats is an interesting title. This one is incredibly difficult and has a really fun concept, but I felt like it's always been overpriced, not gonna lie. You can download a demo if you want to see what it's like. If you enjoy it for yourself, you can play this thing alone or with your friends, locally or online. There are challenge runs, there's a story mode. It's got wonderful chiptune music, and you're trying to survive these stages as the music influences the patterns around you. It's a really fun concept, a really good game, but $20 just always has felt like so much. It's now seen a 20% off sale until March 26th. It's $16. I still wish it was cheaper. Like, this is the kind of game at $5 I'd recommend heavily. At 20, I don't know. It feels like a lot for what it is. It's cool, it's quality, don't get me wrong. I don't know if this sale pushes over the edge, but if you've been waiting for this one, if this is your kind of thing, then I think, yeah, grab it while it's on sale. 20% off, not too bad. Also, did I mention that Bleed is $4.19 until March 24th? I'm not sure I did. March 24th for the Bleed Complete, and Just Shapes and Beats wraps on March 26th. So that'll do it for all the sales. Over 20 games for you to grab on your switcheroo as we sit inside and wait for things to get better. I love that there are so many deals as of late, and I'm going to give you my top picks. Super Crush KO reigns supreme. 33% off. You gotta grab this one. It's a fantastic time. One of the best games on Switch, like I said, in 2020. It's only on sale till March 26th. You got about 6 days. Grab it. 33% off. I recommend it wholeheartedly. Honestly, Runner 3 and Paranautical Activity in that $1.19 to $1.99 range are really recommendable. I really like those a lot. And I'm going to say Yuka's Island Express for $6.79, pretty darn swell as well. On the Amazon side of things, Luigi's Mansion 3 for $10 off feels pretty good. Or I guess it's more like $8 off, but it's close. And then Link's Awakening for $11 off, another really good grab. So make sure to let me know what you plan on getting. If you have any recommendations for your friends or other people watching out there, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it too. And just know, I love you guys. Your support means the world to me. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, be good to yourself and others out there. And until next time, SwitchForce out.